Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Bood, and this is a podcast with three very special guests. I've called it the Sub Squad Pod, and we're going to discuss everything from Football Manager 22 to what we want to see on FM23 and football in general, the teams we support, give you some predictions, give you some ideas actually for FM23, and just chat a load of shit, probably. So I'm going to introduce you to everyone one by one, starting with someone who is probably the second most famous person on my channel because his face is always in there somewhere. It's Greeno. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thanks, Bood. Yeah, it's nice to come on as myself instead of a guy that either kills someone's mum or tries to fleece about money.
You always play a total twat. Well, I always feel like you have to remind people he's lovely. He's like a dead nice person, but that's what's always good. I think that you always play an arsehole.
Yeah,
people comment on my videos like, it's bloody Greeno again. Fucking Greeno's messing it all up again. Love that, mate.
So yeah, no, I've got a chance to redeem myself tonight. Looking forward to it.
So do you want to just say a little bit about yourself, who you support, where you're from?
Yeah, so Greeno, Lee Greenshields from Swindon. Unfortunately, at the moment, I support Blackburn Rovers. I say at the moment since I was 6 years old. Playing FM or various versions since 1997. Such a long fucking time. But yeah, that's pretty much me.
Well, you know I love you. You're a lovely bloke. I know you're a lovely bloke. My next guest, top lad. I've only met him once, but we have spoke a lot since I went on the very famous podcast, the Offbeat podcast. And this is Luke, one of the presenters, 50% of it. How you doing,
50%. Mate? Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thanks for inviting me to come on as well. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, but I'll return the favour because I enjoy myself on yours. I was just wondering, do you feel like half of you is missing without Dan?
It is a bit weird. I've never actually done film myself without Dan, which is a bit odd. So I'm just a bit like,
do you know what though, mate? I'd have had him on, I'd have had you on as a twosome, but when it comes to Football Manager, he's
clueless,
useless.
Mate. Oh, he's absolutely clueless. No, he's not.
Should just got a cardboard cutout behind you.
Do you know what?
That would have been mint.
He should have done that. Well, all I'm going to say is, Bood, we'll see how good you are at editing. If you can edit like a picture down in the background, we'll see.
Just that everyone's using, isn't it, on is it Snapchat where the fella appears behind your shoulder?
Yeah.
You can just pop up every now and again behind Luke's shoulder, say hello.
Hey, he might be here. You never know. He might pop up later on. Drop a text.
Do you want to tell everyone, where you're from and which shitty team you support?
Yeah, I think we can all guess now then. So yeah, my name's Luke Bardsley. I'm from a small town called Duckingfield, which is next door to where Bood is from.
I got married then.
Hey, big town. If anyone knows, you know. And I support the wonderful Manchester City, and I've got to say, life is a blue. Fantastic at the moment.
Because you're only young, you don't remember the dark days of the real Man City.
Trust me. I've had a season ticket since 04-05, the first year we moved into Etihad. And I think we still hold the record under Stuart Pearce for the least amount of home goals scored in a calendar year.
Were you at that game? Was it the last game of the season when you got battered? I think was it off Middlesbrough 7-1? Was it 7-1?
No, that was an away game. That was away game. But yeah, that was Sven's last game. I should say, love Sven going out.
Lovely. Right, my next guest, the final guest, is someone else I've known for many, many years. He's a good friend of mine. I've unfortunately met him a few times, but I still quite like him. He's from Liverpool, and I think a lot of people who are watching this will know who he is, because over the last few years, he's done very well for himself on Twitch with his own Football Manager content and his great famous charity, which is in the game itself, which I love. It's LEEMO. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good.
Thanks for having
I'm not actually. No, I'm not good. I've had a shit I've looked after my two kids. My wife has bought a massive weights bench, and I've just had to go and pick it up in the car, and they brought me back. And then I've had the McDonald's, bought a weights bench, and McDonald's don't really. But yeah, no, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You know me, mate. Just you plod on and just made up to be on this and something different than what I normally do. As you know, the live streaming and obviously the podcast that I do a little bit more serious, a little bit more in depth with the mental health stuff. So
You've
it'd be
done
nice
quite
to
a
just.
few of these over the last year or two, aren't you? Like one-on-one ones, but it's mainly like you're trying to promote the mental health charity, aren't you?
Yeah, so
Which you
I
can
mean,
do.
I've been on a couple, throughout the FM community. Obviously, when I first started, it was kind of around lockdown, COVID, so I kind of just
Everyone was doing.
blew up. Like, I think I was probably one of the fastest growing streamers that have been for a long time.
You do fun streams though, because you go on Sunday boring where you're getting pissed out your face. And having a party.
Yeah,
Got his wigs on, he's running here and everywhere.
Yeah.
big afro wig, sunglasses. We're just dancing away. But that's, it is what it is. We try and have a laugh as much as we can. But there's that serious element of it with the Discord and that. But I think for me, that's my release as well, streaming. Do you know what I mean? Because you can get a lot of dark messages from people when they're reaching out, and that just gives me an opportunity to go, this is Lee now, this is me, this is Limo. I'm just gonna fucking get me wig on, have a beer, and just chill out. You know what I mean? And
so wait, right. I know it's everyone else has introduced himself, but your accent's really tough to figure out where you're from. So where are you from? And who do you support?
You cheeky love. So yeah,
I can't guess.
You probably won't be able to guess, and I'm guessing there'll be subtitles after this once it's done. But yeah, I am from Liverpool, and I support Everton. I'm a season ticket holder for the Mighty Blues.
Yeah. So while we're just on that podcast theme, let's do a plug for Luke and the Offbeat podcast. And there will be links to LEEMO'S Twitch channel and everything down below, everyone's socials, especially the Offbeat channel. But hopefully soon, me and Lee Mo are going to go on together, aren't we? We're going to try and do that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because you actually film. You film on location now, don't you? Like a cool ass barber shop. So we're going to try and get down there together.
Yeah.
It's very you, Greeno. That's all I'm going to say. Like with all there's so many comics and all sorts.
Yeah.
It's just so much.
If you didn't live so far away, I drove near you, Swindon-ish, when I went to Portsmouth on holiday recently.
Yeah,
miles away.
It's miles away from you boys. Yeah. I just want to say, Limo, you were asking for subtitles. Like, as a Southerner, I wouldn't mind subtitles now, live.
Yeah. I had to do it. I don't know if you remember. I had to do it when I did the Billionaire series. When I had to stop because I was getting called a racist, basically. So I was because people were doing accents for me. So I got Brian Kane to do one for me, and I couldn't understand the word he said. I had to put subtitles on that one. I think for him. You have to. Sometimes he does things for me to put it out, and I think, no fucker's gonna understand that shit. He's so Scottish.
It's mad though. Sometimes I'm sitting on the bog and I'm scrolling through my phone, and if it's on silent, YouTube comes up, and then when the video starts, the subtitles start, and it's nothing what the person's saying at all.
No,
it's
I've
totally
done it
different.
I've watched my own. It's funny sometimes. And
It's the same. It's the same.
You can go on your stats on the channel, and 10% of my viewers watch me with subtitles as that.
Oh, that'd be fucked on YouTube then. That's why I don't do it. I'd have to start doing sign language.
Okay, on to the first bit. After that bit of the podcast, we're going to discuss FM22, how we feel about the game, if we like the game, and what was our favourite save. So I'm going to go around my guest first, because I'm a gentleman, and start with Greeno, who is to me there. Where are you here? You there, or there?
I am next to you, yeah.
So how much have you played? What's your favourite save? What do you think of it?
Yeah, for this season, I've kind of still been split between FM21 and FM22. The reason is I've been playing a network game on FM21, which we're not ready to give up yet. So we're still absolutely loving that. So it's kind of been 50-50. On my solo games in FM22, I've done a few saves here and there. I had a really fun save with Palace where I did 5 or 6 seasons, got them into the Champions League, challenging for the title. Got a bit of a soft spot for Palace. They're kind of my Premier League team. And I did a few other saves. I did an Irish League save trying to get Shamrock Rovers into Champions League groups. I think the best I got was about Europa League, and then I just got a bit bored of it. But yeah, differences between FM22 and FM21 is really, really minimal. I don't know about you boys, but
we'll talk about that later on the other bit, but I know what you mean.
So the data hub was new, and I rarely used it because I look at it and like, I would look at like things like the XG chart and I just get pissed off because I'm way underperforming every time.
I'm the same with dynamics. Didn't they bring dynamics out on 20? Where you can go and look at the tree and who likes you and all that. Who gives a fuck? I never even look at that either, mate, and I still do all right. I mean, we'll talk about it later, but I know what they're trying to do. Like.
But every one of your videos I watch, every player's got angered next to him. You just look at do you?
Red.
Does it ever stop me? It don't bother me, does it? It doesn't stop me winning. You've got decent tactic, good players. Who gives a shit? The amount of times I go into them little meetings with them and they're like, I want to do this. And I'm like, no, you will listen to what I say. Well, I'm very angry with you. And then they get 4 players coming to me. He's not allowed to leave. Well, we'll be shit without him. Oh, okay. The same shit.
Yeah.
I do the same shit over and over again. Are you never Blackburn?
Oh man, it's weird. So I'd normally start like if I get the game in beta, then I'll start as Blackburn, but I never really do a long-term save with them. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just get pissed off that I'm really good with them and Blackburn stay really shit. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's it just doesn't get me like when I'm Blackburn. I like to start lower if I can. I don't mind doing. I like when doing non-league. Yeah.
So have you enjoyed it then? You happy with 20?
Yeah. It's like I said, it's been good. But if I stuck with FM21 and I didn't get 22, then I wouldn't have missed out on much really. Right,
moving on to Luke. How much have you played of FM22? What have you thought about it? What's been your favourite save? You better not be City.
No, I never managed City. Never ever managed City. I don't like it. It doesn't interest me. I feel like with Football Manager, it's one of them games where you kind of build a relationship with a team that you don't really necessarily know much about. That's how I like to play the game anyway. Like for FM20, it was West Brom for me. 21 last year, I loved Oldham. Like full, I got them to the Prem. So most I played a save back for ages. I was playing. But this year, I've not played it as much. I'm still enjoying it.
Do you think that's because you've started your channel though? You probably like and you moved house and everything, haven't you as well?
So I have had quite a busy year, and also I bought a PC and I switched from laptop to PC. But I'm now gone from PC back to laptop because it's just so much easier. So I will be playing it a lot more next year. And to be honest, I'm quite excited for the new games to come out. I feel like I'm ready for the new game.
Yeah, I'm the same with the laptop. Yeah. That's why I have one, because I can take it on the couch. I've said this to you, but up to bed. And when you've got a PC, you've got to lock yourself away. Wife won't be happy with that, the amount of hours I put into it. So So what's your save this year? You say
it was County this year.
But
I felt like it's been a bit easy because County have got a very, very good starting squad, and I didn't realise until Paddy Madden scored like 30 goals in 20 games, and I was like, okay, well, this is a bit. I don't even need to do anything; just need to put him up front, and he'll just go and score a hat-trick a game. It got that bad. I shipped him off to Ireland because I was like, I need a bit of a challenge. So I think Bohemians came in for him, and I was like, do you know what? I want you gone. Like, even though he probably will never get sold in real life.
Do you think the game's easy this year? I still get people in the comments saying, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I don't know if it's because I've played it for so long, but I don't find it particularly hard. I feel like
I'm not found
if I do certain things, I always do all right eventually. Like, I think it's obviously unrealistic because we can all take, like you said, Oldham to the Premier League. That would never happen. But it is fun, and I think they have to add that in, don't they, to make it fun.
Yeah,
if you were sat with Oldham after 5 years and getting sacked and got a Grimsby and I don't know. I have a lot of conspiracy theories with football.
There's always
in my recent series, I left Rosario Central, and the first game of the season with my new team in the same league was against Rosario Central. And I'm like, they throw.
Always happens.
I mean, I like that. They throw. I'm sure that's thrown in for that element, and I got beat.
It always happens. It always happens. We all know the little tips and tricks, though, don't we? We've all got our own individual way of playing. Like, I'm not a very hands-on guy when it comes to. I leave a lot to the assistant manager. Yeah. I'm not like the staff. I know you love staff.
I love staff, but I don't
never
do
got
it
the
myself.
fascination.
I don't do it on myself, but I like to know they're good and they're all doing the right job, and then they can fuck off and do their job. You know what I mean? I don't get me wrong, I pick my team, I do all that stuff, but I'm not doing like scouting. I leave that to the Chiefs. I go out and do my own scouting bits, little bits I think are really important. But I mean, like the majority of it, I'll just leave it the chief scout to set out his own team and all that. I just like having good staff.
Yeah.
I like having lots of yellow bars. Yeah.
I hate starting it though, and then so I started with like counting. By the time I got to the championship, I had like the worst because I just completely ignored. But
Right.
it's just. I mean, in the end, I just kind of clicked in. I was like, "Here we go. I need to channel my boot here. Let's get some people in. Let's roll them in. Let's roll them in." I like seeing the players that I know. Do you know when you get to that sort of point in the save where players you know are standing? Like Akin Fenwer is my under-18s coach at the moment. Akin Fenwer and plays like that. And I'm like, Jesus, fair enough.
Is your microphone changing colour, Greeno?
Yeah, it's RGB. Yeah. Everything in here is RGB. It's just,
I'm loving the Thanos gauntlet.
Yeah,
and
can you,
the Tony,
while we got 4 minutes,
the Tony Hart.
Can you put the glove on?
Yeah. Can you put the glove on?
Can you?
You actually put it on? No way.
Can you masturbate with it on?
Oh my God.
That is a bit tricky.
Love it.
Christ.
Oh,
shit, it means well. Give him the finger.
Hey, I got this made for us. I've had this made. He's going on my wall soon.
For what, the podcast?
No, just for my office. I want to do a few bits and bobs for it.
Yeah, I see that. There's a thing behind you there. Just stick it on there and then throw a few darts on it.
Yeah, the problem is I'll miss all the time, so it's pointless.
Right, next up, it's Liemo. So, mate, I know you play a lot the Football Manager with your Twitch, your famous Twitch channel. What have you thought about the game this year, and what's been your favourite save? And as you're a fellow content creator, now you do it. One question I want to ask you is: do you have a personal save, or is it all about Twitch?
I'll start with the last question. I haven't got a personal save at the moment. I wanted to start one, and I just didn't find the time, because obviously when I first started streaming, I was literally streaming every night for months. I think I burnt myself out, to be honest. But I kind of never fell out of love with the game. And I know a lot of people go, "It's shit now, I'm bored of it. I've played it too much. I've burnt myself out." And I don't get it. And I don't know, people are different, aren't they, the way they play it? But I think because I play different varieties of the game, I think that breaks it up for me.
Yeah.
So I play a lot of PvP as well, like a lot of drafts. I enter a lot of draft tournaments. I'll do network saves. And that kind of breaks up that lull with just doing a continuous save, or, you know, going from club to club, like, or doing a journeyman. I've got that break where I can step away from my save. I think that, for me, that's key. That's a bit of advice. I mean, I suppose I'd give to people. And, you know, if you are getting bored of the game, just try something different. Because I get a lot of people come in the stream and they go, "Oh, I need a save to do. What am I going to do?" And one of the best saves I ever had was I loaded the game up and I just loaded a load of random European leagues up, and I just pick a random club for me, and I picked Portimonense, and it was brilliant. I've never managed.
Who are they?
They're in Portuguese, Liga NOS. So I've never managed in Portugal before, and it was brilliant. I think I finished second in the first season, and then in that summer, which I was gutted because my heart ruled it instead of my head, the Everton manager got sacked, and then I went to Everton, and it ruined it. I shouldn't have made the move.
I've done that, mate. Loads of times. I've had a really good save.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done it.
Weirdly, mate, one of my favourite ever saves. I've been at Everton like 20 odd years, right? Because my first ever Football Manager in like 97, 96, whatever. I started off as United, got sacked, went to Leicester, did okay, got him in the Premier League, and then went to Everton, stayed there 20 years. At the time of my life, my first ever regens, fell in love with the game. Yeah. And then I think Inter Milan came up and I took it, and after half a season, I'd ruined it. But yeah, I've done that myself.
I was gutted. And then they got took over then, Everton, so I was kind of underperforming with them. I've never been able to get Everton to perform. I don't know. I have fun with it.
Is it because you always have a 4? Don't you play 4-4-2 all the time?
I do, yeah.
You're famous for that, aren't you?
That's my famous tactic. And you know what? It's done me well. And then I think I moved on to a Dover save then, but it just crashed and burned. It was so hard I couldn't get out. It was season after season. I was just missing out on promotion. And then it was just having to rebuild the full squad, and it was just I couldn't get out the division.
I like that. I love
I love that as well. If that'd be me, it would make it more. I hate you winning all the time.
I've got the save there, and I was like, I might start that up again and finish it off as a personal save.
Well, it's like I did one with Air United a couple of years ago, and it took me ages to get him to the top. And I spent a good 5 years, I think, or 4 years, whatever. Each year, I had to rebuild the entire squad. On free.
I remember that,
I love that.
Yeah, it's good fun.
The challenge of it, yeah. Have you enjoyed the game though? Have you enjoyed it?
Do you know, I have. I mean, I have enjoyed it. I think I've enjoyed the last couple of saves I've done more so. So I've done an Ibiza save, got them promoted from the second tier of Spanish football. It took me 8 seasons to kind of cement my place. But what I loved about that save, you can see that gradual climb from first season I finished like 14th, second season I nearly got relegated. Then the third season in the top flight, I started climbing the league, so it was like 8th, 6th, 5th, 4th, and then I eventually after season 8 won the league, and it was like I've got clips. People have took up making all strange weird noises because I had boss results against Barcelona, and I've got this. It's called a mating call now, and I've got my sunglasses on, and I make this strange noise because we equalised against Barca.
Can you do it now? Where's just? I bet you're there, like your desk guy. I'm disappointed I got the Scouse wig on, man.
It's
when I went to see him last time, that's the first thing I did. Would have sat down there.
It's here, don't worry.
There we go.
And the sunglasses. LEEMO land. But the last thing, especially with like what I found with this FM is it's been very easy to kind of manipulate the match engine. So there's every now and again there'll be a meta that will come out like corners, near post corners.
Yeah.
There'll be like three up front or target forwards. Or I know a lot of people started playing like a tall centre mid as a pressing forward, and they were just banging goals. Loads of people done experiments about it, and I think people were bringing that to PvP as well. And it kind of spoiled it a little bit, but at the end of the day, for me, they're doing that. You've got to find something that's going to counter that, and that's what I done. I tweaked and made a different version of my 4-4-2, which done quite well. It hasn't done as well.
How do you make a different version of a 4-4-2? Is it
proper my bass in it? Proper my bass.
Just rolls, mate. Rolls and just kick the shit out of every player. Honestly,
I didn't ask the others. What's your go-to tactic? What's your favourite formation? Luke and Greeno, what is it?
Do you want to go first, Greeno?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, so at the moment I'm playing a 4-1-3-2. So I flood the middle of the park. My DM is a ball-winning midfielder, and then I got Mitsala on the right and left, and then attacking centre mid, and then I've got a deep line forward and advanced forward up front.
But
interesting. 2 Mazzalas. I've never played that before.
It works really well. If you have some decent wing backs with good work rate and good stamina, they get up there, and the Mazzalas are supporting them, and it works really, really well.
I had a variant of my 4-4-2, which I played 2 Segundo Volantes together.
I love that position. Love it.
Absolutely unbelievable. And then 2 wingers, mate, like just either defensive, because they're pushing forward, and then you get your little advanced forward and your deep line forward, and it's just the play. One's pushing forward, and they just kind of interlink, and brilliant. I love that role. Love it.
What about you, Luke?
I'm a winger man, mate. So it's got to have wingers in there, either 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, whichever way you want to do about it. I need to have a ball-winning midfielder in there as well, because I always have to have a ball-winning midfielder in there. And they're always my favourite players, because I love how they get a 6.7 average the way through.
And central midfielders, defensive ones, they always have shit average ratings, I think.
I know.
They still do a lot.
Exactly. And they're always my favourite players, because you see them breaking up, and I'm always like, go on, get in there. Yeah, we need a ball-winning midfielder in there. I'm an advocate for that.
Yeah.
And I've loved the game, man. I say this every year. Right? As soon as a new game comes out, I love it, and I never play the old one. But I mean, can talk about this with FM23. But I'm the same. I never get bored, and probably I never have a personal save anymore. I tried one this year with the Dortmund, a little challenge for myself, and after one season, I'm like, I've got to put this on YouTube, and that's my. Yeah. Once you start doing content, I say this to anyone out there: if you're watching, you're thinking about doing Twitch or YouTube, is be prepared you lose that. It's still fun for me. It's probably more fun now, similar to, because I used to have these longer ass saves and I won't touch the game for a month. Whereas now I'm always playing it because I'm always doing something new or on some adventure or whatever. But it does take away that fun element. I never have like a save that's just for me. I don't think I've for ages now, but I've loved the game, mate. But if we move on, should we just move straight on to FM23? Cut right into what I think now is a lot of people moan every year when a new game comes out, but I think they're at this point now is what more can they do? Yeah. What more can they? Yeah. And I think that's what when they add things like the dynamics and the fucking what's the other one we were talking about earlier that I never looked at?
Data hub.
Yeah, data.
I
Universal.
think like they feel pressurized, like they've got to add something to make it look new. Whereas I never really use that stuff, and I still enjoy it. I know people do. You play the game how you want to play it, but I mean, I don't think you're ever going to get these whole massive wholesale changes like this. Do you know what I mean? But I get every year because I'm in the community. I see all the moaning. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think on FM23, it's just the usual things. I just like more. The graphics aren't ever going to get much better. I don't think
they've got worse, haven't they?
They've what?
I think they've got worse match engine wise.
Someone showed a picture on Twitter the other day from like 10 years ago. Yeah. Fucking yeah. But and the stadiums, I think they're not allowed to do more accurate stadiums because of licensing or something like that. And I'm not asked about that.
Yeah.
I'm asked about boring shit like I would say every year, the coaching badges bores the fuck out of me. I would just click a button and in 6 months I get a badge. I don't know what they could do. I always say this, but I'd like to feel more. Excuse me, it's the shitty French beer that. I like to feel like more involved, like I'm actually achieving my badges, in press conferences, them same questions. It's little things like that. I don't know what they could do, but there's a lot of elements of the game that you do the first time and then you never touch. Assistant manager, you just send him, don't you? I do. I
send assistant manager all the time. I hate press conferences, only if it's like a new signing. But even still, I just get bored. It's just the same thing over and over again.
I've actually got an idea about that.
Go on.
How to improve like the media and the press conferences is that in your backroom staff, you actually have a media team. So you have like a head of or director of communications and media.
Nice.
And because you get your press officer, don't you? And it's just like little region.
They're useless.
They do nothing. But get them to do more. Like give them attributes like how well they handle media and things like that. And then they can like sort of save you if you do a press conference, you answer a question badly, they can like sort of save you. They can build relationships with the journalists and stuff like that. Just get it that little bit more in depth. Or you could say, I don't know if you watched the All or Nothing when on Prime, like the recent one with Mikel Arteta at an Arsenal one there. Before a press conference, he was always getting briefed by his head of media. Like, these are the questions you should be expecting. You could just have that, like so we could skip it.
That's more realistic.
I think that's fantastic.
Instead of a loan manager, do you ever have a loan manager?
Yeah, of course.
What the fuck you want to do? What do they do? But one of my subscribers had an idea, and some people in the comments said they didn't like it, but I quite liked it. Rich Beck is called. He's been in a few of my videos, and he was saying like, because it's true, do you know, when you're at United or City, they have this great commercial income, and it always stays there. But when you're at a smaller club, you can never really boost your commercial income. It never really generates. You never start generating. And he said, why can't you have a commercial director who's going out there getting you bigger deals? If you've taken the team to the Premier League and you've won the league, you won the Champions League, but you're always having to sell a player because you're not competing. You're not getting that background money like City, United, and all them do. Have a commercial director who gets you them bigger deals. Stuff like that, I think, would be good.
Instead of that's your idea as well.
Especially wrap that around. Put that in the media team and all that, and just put that in. And like, you could even skip the press conferences because no one likes doing them, and you could just say, just do all the recommended answers that your press officer's given you. Skip that, done, and then that won't affect your media handling. But you could, if they're a shit press officer, you could answer really bad questions, upset your team, and all that. So I've got a conspiracy here on my press conference. Do you know when you first go to a club, you have to do that first one? I always do that.
Yeah.
And then you have to meet the team, don't you? And in the olden days, you just used to be able to click, 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 click. And you can on some of them just go into positive or whatever and go click, 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 click and get through it.
Yeah.
I feel like they've done it on purpose. Have you tried it when you go into a team meeting? You'll click on one and then they all change position. So you have to actually swat. You can't just fly through it. Do you know what I mean? Conspiracies.
I'd like to come back to the media thing and talk about that. Because do you know how we have like #United and they've got the partnership with them? obviously, when you look at lower league clubs now, so I don't know how big you all are on like TikTok and sort of them sort of sites. Like smaller clubs are now getting loads and loads of profiling, and it's boosting. So a lot of the clubs are getting the media team to document their day and document how they do the media. I feel like if they could bring that into FM, where if you had a good media team and it'll boost the income, especially if you're like a smaller league, and then you could have like, you can set them targets. You can set them targets, be like, you need to get this much followers. I don't know, get a YouTube channel.
Bring it to the modern day. So say like, I'll even tell you like our Twitter page, even though it's fantasy, we've got like 10,000 followers. Well, we need to start getting more. And as you get a bigger your club, you get more followers, and because that would happen. I mean, look at Wrexham. I mean, I've seen people on Twitter in America who are fucking flying over now for Wrexham games just because they've seen the Ryan Reynolds documentary or heard about it. Or, I mean, that'd be good. That I like that. Bring it into modern day.
It's gone too technical, hasn't it? And I think what it's wanting is people to sit there and start really thinking about tactics, thinking about, using analysis and data. And you see some streamers and YouTubers will do that for certain experiments. So they'll get rid of all the attributes and they'll just use analysis and stats to buy players and bring players in. And I think that's very much for someone who can sit down and read spreadsheets. But for a game, some people just love to plug and play. And I think for me, the match day experience, is a big thing as well. I like to hype the match up. I mean, for example, with my streams, if there's a big important match, I'll play my intro, which is like 30, 40 seconds, and hype it up and like stick a little song on. I think having like fan zones and, like you say, interlinking with the media team, going in there and maybe interviewing a few, fantasy regen fans and saying, what do you think about Bood? How's he doing this season? Oh, you fucking shit, get him out.
Well, you see it, don't you? They do have socials on it, don't they?
Only on Twitter. It's like a hashtag.
One will say, why is he pick Bobby shit? And the other one say, Bob's class, great decision. And then it's just the same.
And you've got like all different likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
And
it's not real.
It's just, it's not, it doesn't feel as real as what that match day experience could be. And I know they introduced the team sheets, which was great. And I just think that part of it, starting the match, the build up could be a little bit better for me as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I also want the whole experience about the match day and hyping it up. Yeah. I'm a big advocate for the final day of the season. I understand what they've now done with the deadline day and how they've kind of hyped that up.
Skip that up.
Yeah, why can't we on a final day of the season? Say you're going for Champions League and there's two teams in it. Why can't you watch the other games side by side? Why can't you watch both?
Like highlights flashing up.
We're on this screen now. You could have like a little
and
screen.
And a Tottenham game of cup, and you see Son scoring, you'd be like,
because they've got the big screens, haven't they now, in all the big grounds, and it'd be good to see like as your game's going on, it does at the grounds where like if I'm watching the game at Goodison, every now and again on the big screen, it'll come up with all the latest scores. Just to see that on the big screen,
I think it'd be fantastic.
More realistic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. FM should give us all jobs, I think. What do you reckon?
I'm trying to get in there.
What's he called? He blocked me on Twitter, didn't he? Because when I first started out, Miles blocked me years ago.
You blocked on Twitter by Miles?
Yeah, because when I first started out, I asked him a really simple question. And he used to be very out there on Twitter. I don't know if you all know, he used to be quite aggressive. If anyone even slightly criticised something, he'd be on him, giving you shit, trying to talk you down like an idiot. And he did that to me. And it was a simple question, something to do with like, I don't think I'd just started YouTube and I think I'd just done my first series. And I love that series, Miles. The only way we can do something where I can transfer it over. And he was just a proper arsehole to me. So I just replied saying, well, you're a cunt. Never knowing. I had 10 subs or something. I didn't know I was going to one day get a little bit bigger. It never helped me. I don't get sent a shirt every year or a mug. All the other twats.
Yeah, that's why you don't get invited to launch day, innit?
No. Do you know what? I quite like being the Mancunian outcast. I don't mind it.
Yeah. I think it's getting that way for me, But for me, like, more of a personal note as well, which is great. Because I thought, shit, the lad who I was dealing with from SI Games left. So I emailed him, because every year we keep in touch. I built up a good rapport with him. So it's this other new fella now, and he's got like his titles changed, who's took over from the guy who I used to deal with. And I thought, shit, and he emailed me about like the ad boards and that. I thought, this seems a bit more corporate. Like he's a bit more formal than the other lad. And I just got talking to him and all that, and he ended up sending him the files again because he's like, can't find nothing on the system.
Because he put him in on 21, didn't he? But on 22, they're still there.
20 they went in in the update. They've been in 21. They're in 22, and I've just had it confirmed.
Every time I spot him in a live comment match, I'm always like, even though I don't wear the hoodie anymore.
It is cool.
I just had it confirmed that we're in 23 as well, so I'm buzzing with that. I'm just after some codes now.
Yeah,
get a few giveaways. Yeah. Even what Luke was saying with that, like the end, the match day experience, it'd be great, like to have their highlights coming up. But even like the FA Cup third round, if you're a lower league team and you get in the FA Cup third round properly,
massive.
And Man United, it's huge.
Yeah.
So they could do something that wrap around that and goes, look, you've got the opportunity here. Here's a package where you can get a fucking bouncy castle, fucking. Don't the fucking clown running around the ground, and a lot of cheerleaders to bring more money in, and you get your commercial team, like you said before, can pick a package and go, right, we're going to use that for this match day because this will bring more money in.
I want bouncy castles in Football Manager.
I want
when you're on the 3D
barbecues, bouncy castles.
You can see that little burger bouncy castle. Right then, so now we're staying on FM23, and we're all going to talk about some ideas or says we want to do that might inspire you as well. So, Greeno, what's your first save? What are you thinking about on FM23?
I'm split between two, you know. We're coming back onto the media stuff again a bit. I watched a YouTube channel called Bunch of Amateurs. I don't know if you've heard of it, but they followed Dorking Wanderers whilst they're in the Conference South last season. And I kind of really liked the club. It's really weirdly run because the owner of the whole club is also the manager, which is kind of weird. But they're now in the conference proper. So I'm thinking, you know, they're going to be like right down there. They're going to be like one of the lowest budgets. So they're kind of interesting. The only issue I've got with them is that their club badge is a chicken, which is, as a Blackburn fan, is really triggering for me.
Chicken owners. What they call? Who is it? Dorking.
Hasn't got a can of Coke as well, has it?
Do you remember when someone set a chicken onto the pitch at Blackburn?
Yes,
someone took one in.
Yeah.
Did you get that through security?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Wow.
So the other one I'm thinking of doing, and this will really please friend of the channel and very, very handsome man, CP, is
so handsome, isn't he?
I'm so jealous of his hair. It's ridiculous.
I've met him now, haven't I? I've met him, and he's just as handsome in real life.
So there's a club in Switzerland called FC Lugano, and they've got a front end sugar daddy. So I think it might be quite interesting to take over them and do like a sort of like a building a nation. So yeah, that might be one I look into as well.
How about you, Luke?
I'm probably going to start lower league again. I've been looking at county. I wanted to do Oldham again. No,
yeah, I was going to say, I said it to you earlier, Oldham, because I've got a lot of ties to Oldham as a kid. I probably talked about it before, but with them getting relegated, but they're getting that new owner, aren't they? You ain't got a lot of money, but he's a proper bloke and a proper local man.
Frank, good lad.
Yeah, and the fact that they've been relegated, it's like, that is a challenge. And I've said this a million times. I've never been sacked on a YouTube save yet, right? And I had a great run before this. I got sacked on FM15 the year before with Oldham, and it's always scared me. That's why I've got this great tight closeness to him, but I've never done anything with him because I got sacked. So I need to do that. I need to conquer my fear at some point. Jesus, but
time is now. People in the comments, make sure you comment below if you want to see booed. Absolutely get sacked again.
Yeah,
it's got to happen sooner.
I want to do Notts County though. No, I want to do Notts County this year. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think Notts County, especially with Forest getting to the Prem now, it's like they're so far apart and yet they're so close together. I want to get them back up to the heights. So I think I'm going to start with County, win the game, get Notts County up the leagues, and who knows?
Yeah. There's a similar one you could do as well in the National League. You do Gateshead, like with Newcastle being massive now.
Yeah,
that's a good, like,
great one.
What about you, Limo? Who are you thinking? Because are you thinking Twitch as well? You're not doing personally.
I'm going to try a personal one this time now. I'm toying with the idea of just doing a lower league personal save. A friend of ours has just signed for Prescott Cables last season, centre half, and he's the captain now. So I'm toying with the idea of.
I know the local, and I've never heard of him, but remember who was that lad who did a series with him? And he'd watched my first Central series, and you were my mascot.
He tried to rob me.
He approached you, didn't he? To be his mascot the next year. I was like, my mascot, you cheeky bastard. I had to tell him where to go, didn't I? So it's not happening. Leave the buzzy be. No, where's happening?
Wanted me to be this fucking bull. No, it wasn't the same. But I've got an idea for like a kind of journeyman sort of save. I've been wanting to do a journeyman for a while. I wanted to do it last time. This FM, but I didn't have a chance. I've had a graphic done, but I need to kind of revisit it again. Basically, it's along the lines of I'm a celeb, but it's called I'm a Scouser, get me out of here. So I've got to start somewhere absolutely ridiculous, and then I've got to map my way back to a Liverpool-based team. That could be anyone. It could be
Liverpool. Would you go there?
Liverpool, Everton.
Have you ever fancied doing that? Because I did that mini series. You ever fancy doing that? Where I had to win City the Champions League. Then the next one was get Leeds promoted, and then the other one was win Liverpool the Premier League. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Because I hate all three of them. That's challenge, wasn't it? Just because I don't like him, so I had to force myself to do it properly.
Yeah, man. So that's and it's like it's planning a journey. So there's going to be a lot of things added onto it, but I'm going to be bringing back my community team as well this season for FM23, which is a create a club badge, get a shirt done, raise some money, and have the guys in the Discord as the players, so they can use like channel points and bits and stuff to boost their own stats. So I keep the editor on. So
in-game editor, yeah.
Yeah, so they only get they can only do it so many times a season, and it can only be like by 3. So they'll all start on say like that every stat will be 9, for example, so they can boost 3 stats by 3.
That's a good idea. That
you know what I mean?
It off someone.
No, I've done it last time.
I'm gonna think of me. Yeah. I've got to do United on the beta just because we're not 100%.
I think I'll probably just do Everton on the beta still.
I've done like last 2 years. I've done the worst. Whoever was the favourites to go down, I've done them. So I did Brentford, I did West Brom the year before, but I would go United, and then this year though, I'm bringing the Journeyman straight back. I've got this great idea. Me and Greeno have been working on the ending of this one, and I think it's going to be brilliant. And it's going to tie into next year's. And I'm just going to do that because I love it. Going on this mad adventure, it keeps it fresh for me. I love it.
Yeah.
That's mine. And then after that, I have no idea.
So we're going to do that other idea that we discussed about the. I want to say I'm going to film something. I have to send it to you, and then you put all.
Me and Luke had an idea, but we did it. But we couldn't get around to filming it. It's called it Regen versus New Gen, a generational battle. Because even though we look the same age. I'm old enough
just going to be grey hair. Just going to be grey hair.
Yeah, I'm old enough to be his old man. So that we had an idea, didn't we? Where we were going out. We played a whole season, and we were going to compare it. And I love that idea because couldn't holiday at all, could we? We had to do every day.
Yeah, we had to just go straight through.
Exact save points. Just couldn't get around to getting you around here because of kids and shit like that. But we need to do that again and come up with that because I thought that was quality. Because I wanted to see. I can't even remember how well I did.
I did quite well in it as well. Yeah. I took West Ham to Champions League, and I was really happy with how I was doing. I made like 3 signings, and I bought Tevez. I loved it. So
I signed Tevez on a free, and he was tossed. Because you didn't really have a striker, did you? You didn't really have a proper out-and-out striker.
Oh, I can't remember right, but I bought someone who I'd known from another save. He popped on my scout report, and I went, "Yep, straight away." Yeah. I made on the little installments trick. I might have paid 5 million up front and 25.
Oh, I do that all the time. Absolutely, that is one thing you can abuse on these new games. I do that a lot. Yeah, I'll give you 25 million of the 30 when he scores 50 goals and he's a fucking centre half, and never paying that. Never. And it's so mad how many of them accept it. Like, but I didn't buy it. I think I bought Tevez on a free and maybe someone else on loan. I went down the staff route because I knew you wouldn't. So I thought it would have been good. So we need to do that again properly.
Yeah, 100%. I think we're a good idea, especially with the generational aspect of it as well.
Yeah, because you call them new gens.
Yeah, it's not a region for me. It's a new gen. Look at how you both of you have just gone. Ooh, you both shuddered.
I'm gonna have to shower. Fucking new gen. I know why they call it.
Swearing on this.
He was arsey. He was so arsey about it on Twitter. He don't like the Northern regions.
Yeah, no, he doesn't like it at all.
No.
Yeah, really. But that's another thing. Like, why argue about it? It doesn't matter what you call it. We all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I talked to all the friends. I still call it champ.
Yeah, I replied to him. Because he was getting all arsey about it, about calling them regens. Don't call them regens. I said, what if you still call the game champ? Because that's what I do as well.
Did he block you?
He hasn't blocked me. No, but he didn't reply either.
I don't know. Well, they ended up getting like a There you go. They got like a media team in a couple of years ago, and he took him over a step back because I think he was out there too much, and he took offense to any kind of criticism.
Yeah.
He was getting on people's cases. This is the head of Sports Interactive we're talking about. So we've talked about FM23. I think what I want to know is what you guys think at home. Let me know what you think of FM22, what you want to see on FM23. Tell us all about your saves. I love hearing about them. It's fun. But for now, we're going to move on to football, wrap it all up by talking about our own clubs, how we feel about our own clubs, our predictions, and maybe a few other predictions. So should we start with Greeno, all the way down there in the Championship? The chicken-loving Blackburn Rovers. Oh, wait, and you got Derby Day back.
Yeah. The
Isn't that going to be fun?
Went down. Yeah, wow.
We still right. Me and Greeno had a bet. Luke, I don't know if you know about this. Me and Greeno had a bet at the start of last year. When we signed Ronaldo, I said he'll score more than Lukaku, and he was like, "No chance." Well, I said, right, well, if you win, if Lukaku scores more, I will genuinely buy a City shirt and I'll wear it in a video. But if I win, you've got to wear a Blackburn scarf, shirt, whatever. So we need to do that because I won. His face. Yeah. I even found I was going to get him a mug. I looked at it and I think I might do that. I can get him a mug with a Blackburn shirt and his name. And
that wasn't part of the bet. And you say in Blackburn, but obviously you mean Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley. Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy me a Blackburn though. But no, yeah. Oh man, I still can't believe I lost that. Like
50p feet. I told you.
He came back with such a point to prove. He failed at Chelsea the first time. He was underrated at United.
Good at Everton, though. We bought him off you.
He done well in West Brom. He done really well in Everton and West Brom. You know, on those loans. Yeah. And then he went to United and.
Then went to Winter was amazing, but then that's it. Greeno, how about Blackburn? What are your chances this year? Are you feeling good or? I think this talk it might happen today. That Chilean striker who looks like he's from Barnsley.
He's from Stoke.
Has he gone?
He's from Stoke.
Yeah, so
he's not gone yet.
No, he hasn't gone yet. So yeah, still like 2 hours left of the transfer window. If he stays, the season's going to be better. If he goes, then there's no time to reinvest the money. Best we can hope for is mid-table.
The chicken boys not invest anything, no.
No, I think that. I mean, they've got a bit of clout about them. We have bought a defender from Coventry who was really highly rated. It was undisclosed fee, but it's about 2.5 million, which for us is quite a lot of money. Yeah. And the Coventry fans were actually gutted to lose him. So it sounds like it's going to be a good signing. We needed some defensive cover at the back. We lost our captain and best defender in the summer for a free. He went to Middlesbrough. So it was good that we've invested there. We've made some good loan signings. So we'll see how the season goes. We were flirting with the playoffs last season. Actually, at the beginning of this year, in January, we were actually second in the league. And then we had just an absolutely dreadful January, February, and never recovered from that and ended up missing out on the playoffs. I think we finished 8th in the end. So a lot of overhaul this summer. New manager in, John Dowd Thomason. Didn't see that coming at all.
Former player?
Yeah, he played for Newcastle.
Did he play for you?
Think he did. No, he never played for us.
Who am I thinking of? You had someone like that who sounded like that. Who did you used to have? The blonde guy?
Morton Gams Pedersen.
Yeah. Oh, he had a wonderful
Championship manager legend, Pedersen. Absolutely love the bloke.
Was he the one who scored like every free kick he took? It was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Just he was the original De Bruyne, mate. But yeah, we'll see. It's a transitional season. I'm not expecting big things, but I don't think we'll be dragged into any relegation dogfight, even if we lose Grayson Diaz.
I know I've asked you this before, but viewers at home who maybe don't know is why is a Swindon lad not a fan of Swindon? Why are you a Blackburn fan?
So my granddad is from Leyland, which is up by Blackburn. He moved down to Oxford, I think in like the 50s, something like that. And my dad is actually a United fan.
I love you all, man.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Yeah. So so when I was 1993-94 season, I was getting really into football and like watching Match of the Day, and I was like, they're like sort of both putting a bit of pressure on, who are you going to support, and United were winning everything in sight, and I was like, I don't want to support them, so I went with the team in second place, which was Blackburn.
Who won it the year after?
Yeah, we
95 was a bad year. 95, I left school. We lost the FA Cup to Everton, and we lost the league to Blackburn.
Yeah. So it was, I chose Blackburn, and I stuck with them. You got to give me that.
Fair play.
We've had quite a few relegations. We've been down as far as League One, and I can't see us getting back to the Premier League anytime soon. But you never know. There's always one team.
It's crazy though, because if you go to your stadium, there's a freaking Premier League trophy there.
Yeah. I've been there. I've seen it, and there's always one team in the Championship that will sneak into the playoffs. Last season, I was hoping that was going to be us, but it ended up being Forest. They went up, so you never know.
Right, let's move on to the easiest one. Luke, Man City, your best team. You're going to win everything. Done.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got the big Nordic meat shield up top, you can't really complain, can you? It's exciting to be a City fan at the moment, though, because we've completely overhauled. Right, we've signed 6 players, all first team worthy, and we've shipped off some like amazing talent, and it's just exciting again. Like at Forest last night, oh my god, Julian Alvarez, watching him play, it was like when Aguero signed in 2011. It was like when Aguero signed, everyone's got this little buzz about him. Every time he takes like a sharp touch, and everyone's like, "Here we go."
It's fun, isn't it? I love it. I enjoy it so much.
It's exciting.
Oh, I get excited. What's Washu?
It's just good how much better we're better than. Yeah.
What's happening with Phillips anyway? Is he just not good enough to get in the team, or is he injured or something?
Nah, he's had a few like niggles, a few like
he's had a lot of niggles last year, didn't
he? Yeah. I think he's one of them type of players, but I feel like with City, it's going to be a lot of consistency based. Like I feel like Haaland is going to be a very consistency based player. I feel like if he goes,
I got sent a few messages yesterday because I think it's the Times or something. I did a video this year called Haaland Cheat Code or something like that. And they've called Haaland the cheat code. And I got a few messages on Twitter yesterday saying, they've nicked your title. They obviously haven't. But yeah, he's amazing.
Can we do a double or quits bet and that Haaland scores more than Ronaldo this season?
I'll score more than Ronaldo this year. But no, I mean, it's annoying for me because obviously as a United fan, I was never a City hater, and I'm still not. I just joke about it. But
see, I don't get that. I don't get it.
Why would it be? Because I never had anything to hate. I grew up hating Liverpool and Leeds. You were just City. You were shit.
Yeah, but I can't. It's always United for me. I don't care about anyone else. Like people like
yeah, but you got to think generationally now. They're going to be United lads who are young, who are going to fucking detest you because you're better.
Yeah,
and that I didn't detest you because my rival was Leeds. My rival was Liverpool City. You'd play him in a derby. Sometimes he'd win, but you're always wanking. You'd have a laugh about it, but it was never a real rivalry. And I still struggle to class them as. I'd still put Liverpool, Leeds, City as my list still. But then maybe that's my age. Things will be different for these kids who are. I mean, it's 10 years since we won the league. So little 10-year-olds now, I've never seen us win a league. I saw us win the league about a million times. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't hate City. It's annoying. I will enjoy it because it won't last forever. Something will happen eventually.
Oh, of course. When Pep goes.
Yeah, that'll be
when
awesome.
Pep goes, that's going to be a
I still don't think you'll go down the Swanee because you've had different managers in the past and they've all won a league, but then they maybe not won a league. So it'll be interesting when he does go. If they only got bored or gets done for human rights or something and has to sell the club like Abramovich, and that would be amazing. I mean, I think you'll win the league. You'll probably win the FA. You should be winning everything, I think.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's a failure. That's where you're at now.
Yeah, I know. Which is a bit of a.
Is Haaland that missing piece? Do you think for the Champions League? Is he that?
I think he's got to be. He's a freak, isn't he? I don't.
Someone said if you don't win it this year, surely like you got to start asking questions of that fucking team and him up front.
Yeah.
I mean, you did so well last year, and did you actually have a striker last year?
No. Well, it's mental. The amount of like cross the 6-yard box like balls we played. Well, it's proven now because Haaland scored 9 in five games, and he's not really done a lot.
I've heard that. He's not really looked like he's integrated either. He's just in the right place
he's just there and he puts the ball in the back of the net and he does his job expertly.
Doing his job, innit?
Yeah. It's like we had like Sterling. Sterling should have scored 40 goals in every season.
Yeah.
But he missed so many one-on-ones and then he gets the ball and you just think he scored here. Yeah. It must be terrifying to be a centre
fucking massive though, isn't he? He's just a proper striker.
Yeah.
Like a Ruud van Nistelrooy. Like Ruud van Nistelrooy. When we had Ruud, he's still my all-time favourite. It's like he reminds me of him, like a big guy, just fucking right place, scores goals, and not annoying.
I also like how clever we are as well because we don't like look at the fees we're paying at the moment. Like Akanji, he's a Champions League centre half. We paid 18 million for him. Haaland's 50 million. Alvarez like 20 odd million. And then we've just sold so many youth players. Like Southampton. They've just bought 2 more lads today. They've got 3 of our youth team. They're probably going to go and start. And Lavie is playing amazing. But every player we've sold, I've got a buyback clause in there. So we're kind of like loaning them with. It's like a loan, but we get money back.
The club's got shady ownership, but they've put the right people in charge and
they
do things the right way, which is like the complete opposite of my club. Like, that's what we need, though. We need to be planning ahead for a striker. We need to think now who we're going to get, and we need to get that player. Not when he's worth 80 million. We need to get him when he's like 20 million and make him an 80 million player. Or find that other Ruud van Nistelrooy or someone like that who's not going to cost us mega bucks. It just fits how he wants to play. And that's what we need to be thinking of, like people knocking him now, United. I think he's a mint manager. Just got to make sure he's got a great system and he wants to do something. Give him time. He's going to take more than one window, innit? Just see what happens.
Absolutely.
I think we'll be all right again. Man United, we will. I mean, we had darker days before I remember football. And darker days when I first got into football. I remember, I've said this story before, but I remember like the first few years, my dad moaning about Fergie. Oh, fucking, he needs to go. Yeah. 4 or 5 years or nothing. And I remember him showing me the back page when we spent 13 million on Paulins, I think, Kanchelskis and someone else, which was like stupid money back then, 13 million. And he was kicking off. What's he doing? But, it came good. Like, so I just think finally give the guy time and we'll see. But I think at the top, some of the decisions we've made in the past, like some of the players we've signed, like I don't want them old dudes anymore, which is the Casemiro thing, innit? I know he's 30, it's a good age, but give him a 5-year contract.
I know it's a joke, and he's on like 300k a week.
He's not mega old. He's not 32. He's not 34. He's not 37. But he's class.
Look at the wages. It's a really interesting read. This. Look at the wages of United squad. And look at the wages of the City squad, and you're going to be so shocked. Like Alvarez is coming in at like 50, 60k a week. You've just signed Anthony, who I think is just as good as him, and he's going to be on what 250 minimum, probably. And he's 21 years old. I imagine if you gave me, so I'm 2 years older than Anthony. If you gave me 250k a week, I wouldn't give an absolute flying fuck about it.
No. And I think that's what's happened to players like Dele Alli. He's only 20. He's only 26, and Everton have just shipped him off to freaking Besiktas. So City are awesome. United are bang. I think everyone knows United. I'm not going to go on about it. I do need to check though. That's what, if you keep wondering why I'm going like this. United are playing. 3 minutes to go. 1-0 against Leicester. Come on. Anyway, right. Move on to LEEMO and Everton because what the feck is going on down there? You've just signed, actually. I saw it on Sky Sports before. A player back from PSG.
Yes.
I can't say his name now.
It's Ghana Gay.
Right. For 8 million, how much did you sell him for? Because he was mint for you, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was class. I remember we signed him from Villa. and he was just like, he was Kante-esque. Just the way he ran around that midfield, he was just getting into everything. He could dribble, put a ball in. And yeah, obviously PSG come sniffing and we sold him. I can't remember how much we sold him for, actually. I can't remember the exact.
I bet it's more than 8 million, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be, surely. It's got to be in a
So are you happy with Frank Lampard? What do you think? Do you reckon you're going to have another relegation worry? Or?
I think I was speaking about this the other day when I went to match to the guy who was sitting next to us. And I think we're very much in a situation now, I think, when Moyes came in, where we've got to rebuild this club again. We need we need someone clever to be going out buying those players like Moyes did with the likes of your Artetas, your Kales, your Pinars, your Leighton Baines, Jags.
It's a good team, didn't you?
Lescott, your
top 5,
Fellaini,
top 6, isn't it?
And then it took him a while. He built that. He was there 10 years, It's a long time. Do I think Lampard's going to be there that long? I don't know whether he's got it in him. I really don't.
I think he's one of them that's getting jobs by his name. I think. No.
I think so. I was speaking in the stream a couple of nights ago, and we went to Derby. No,
he was at Derby.
He was at Derby.
Yeah, it was Derby.
1 year.
And he had a lot of Chelsea youth there. Which kind of made him comfortable. The backroom staff that he had as well. Yeah. And then obviously he went to Chelsea. Somewhere where he was comfortable. He knew that place inside out. He was already a respected figure. He was the captain there. He's won trophies. He's on
the wall, isn't he, with trophies everywhere. That's what it is.
I think, when things went pear-shaped for him, I think, he was a little bit shafted, but, these things happen in football. And when he come in, I was thinking, I don't know whether he's got it in him. And when we stayed up last season, and he was like dancing with the crowd, and I looked and I went, he's just fell in love with this club. You could see it that in that moment. And then I looked the start of the season and I was thinking, what's going to happen this season? We can't afford to be in another relegation battle, because I don't think we've got the grit of the players, like the old dogs of war with your Carsleys and your Thomas Gravesons that kept us up. We haven't got them in the team.
See, I'll be honest with you. I used to know the Everton team, and now I'd struggle to mention. I struggle to think of a lot of your players. I'll be honest with you.
You think about it, it's pretty much a brand new back four with Mikalenko now starting every game. Patterson, young right back, and then we've got Tarkowski and obviously Connor Cody. I was watching the Leeds game of the night, and it was horrendous. Obviously, we hit them on the counter with the Gordon goal, but it was like time wasting. And this isn't Everton. This isn't the way we play. And I was speaking to someone who's like, that's Connor Cody's brought that with him from Wolves. That was something Wolves done a lot. Score a goal, shut the game down, time waste, fall on the floor, push your limits with your throw-ins, your goal kicks, all this stuff. But then I'm looking at the results and I'm going, well, we're unbeaten in 3. Is it really that bad? Are the team starting to gel now? Obviously, Onana's starting to start a little bit more. He looks really good. Makes a couple of mistakes. Lad's still young.
Who've you got up top then? Because
Gordon's playing through the middle, kind of, and then you've got Dwight McNeil, which I don't rate him at all. And there was a bit of noise about him, from Villa and stuff, but from Burnley, sorry, but I don't know. He's
like an Aaron Lennon, isn't he? He reminds me of Aaron Lennon.
Yeah, I just think he's out of his depth. I think, arguably he's being played out of position, so it's we've got to bring a striker in the next hour or so left. Is it? I don't think it's going to happen. Defensively, we're looking a lot more confident and solid. I think that partnership with Cody and Tarkowski makes me feel a little bit better.
Say that again, Cody and who?
Tarkowski.
That's a name for a scout.
Tarkowski. Sounds, yeah. And I think that partnership could become great.
Great.
Michael Keane, mate, he shouldn't be playing football in the Premier League.
Promised once, didn't he?
I said
did.
I've said it for God knows how long, and I think that partnership now, like I said, Tarkowski and Cody could do well. Mikalenko's decent. Patterson, again, he's young. So there's an element of youth as well starting to come into it now. You know, Gordon's young, he's still only 25. Onana's come in, he's only young.
Where's your big star? Where's your big star? You used to always have someone.
Yeah,
I've always had a star or two. I don't feel like you have.
Yeah, I think just it's mediocre. I think we went through a spell, didn't we, when we got that money and we started to bring these managers in where we were, tell you what, they're going to pay fucking
Ancelotti, man. I still
absolutely
can't
ridiculous amounts of money for Iwobi. And
Iwobi's the worst player I've ever seen in my life. He's shocking.
I think we had at one point we had about 15 number 10s, and we were like, we need a centre back. You know what I mean? We've got fucking John who plays fucking in the reserves, who also makes the bacon butties of a morning when he's centre half. I was like, what the and it's just like we've not strengthened in the right place. I think we have now. I think I'm a bit more confident. How are we going to do for the rest of the season? The derby's the weekend, then we've got Arsenal after that. You know, Liverpool. I don't know. They're not the same. They're not the same without Mane, in my opinion. You know,
you need to be beating Arsenal. That's what we need.
But it's Arsenal. You know, that's the following Sunday, and I'm just thinking we drew against Leeds 1-1, which I've come away from that and I've gone, I'll take that. I'm like, I shouldn't be fucking saying that.
Right then, shall we do a quick prediction to wrap it up? Should we do top 4 Premier League, nice and easy?
Yeah.
Greeno.
Go on then. So City, Liverpool, and I'm going to go with Arsenal and Spurs, top 4.
Luke?
Yeah, I'm going to match that as well, but I reckon Tottenham will come 3rd, Arsenal 4th.
Limo.
I think Arsenal are going to fall off. I'm going to City, Liverpool. I'm going to go Spurs and United.
Why is everyone like Spurs? City, Liverpool, United, Arsenal. United top 4 this year, easy.
No,
easy. We ain't getting beaten.
No way. I put a lot of money on that.
Have you seen our team? It's freaking world class.
It was world class 5 years ago.
Back, it's still a good team. Wait till Anthony starts doing his trickery. Casemiro starts bossing it. Fuck McTominay off. I've got Brazil's central midfield. They're laughing.
Yeah, and what they done recently?
Yeah. Right then, so wrap it up. I've really enjoyed it. We'll finish off by anyone. Well, Greeno, you don't really do out there, so you don't really want to promote anything. You'll see him on my channel being a cunt, but we all love him. So. Luke, you want to let everyone know what you're doing. Everyone, I'll put all your links down below, but just remind everyone what you do.
Yeah, of course. So I run a podcast with my mate Dan. We get loads of guests on. So we've had like comedians on, we've had professional footballers, a Blackburn lad actually, Greeno. We've had pro boxers on, we've
musicians,
had people in bands, we've had singers, DJs, we've had a lot really.
And a bus driver.
And a bus driver from Denton, the main, which is actually, to be fair, so Bood has been like a top rated channel video on our channel for ages, but you are getting rivaled at the moment as a
by the footballer?
No, it's by a chef on TikTok called El Burrito Monster. And honestly, go watch his stuff.
I'm not going to give him a view. I think I'm right,
it's been rivaled.
For the Evolving Mindset purposes, director for the Mental Health Charity. So if you are struggling, you need any support, any advice, any guidance, make sure you reach out. Yeah, the links will be below. I'm also streaming on Twitch. You can go and find me, twitch.tv/LEEMO57, where I'll be streaming Football Manager, FIFA, a few other little bits and bobs. But yeah, I'm going to check this Bood fella out. He's all right.
Yeah, make sure you actually subscribe to me if you haven't already. If you're brand new to my channel, if this is like the first video you found, go check out my other videos. Drop a comment. We'd love to know what you think about it and all your thoughts and predictions and how your team's going to do your favourite saves and all that. And just appreciate the view. Yeah, thumbs up and all that help, but I just appreciate the view. So thank you as always. And thank you to the lads for joining me. We are going to do this again. We're going to mix it up a bit. We're going to maybe do a World Cup special or a few World Cup specials because it's a weird winter World Cup. So if you enjoy this, maybe you'll enjoy that too. So as always, thanks for watching. Take care. Give them a wave, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.